Assetto Corsa Competizione is about to move from Early Access Release 2 to Early Access Release 3. And with that movement, we get some new features, but also the price is going to increase. So in this video, we're going to discuss whether or not you should buy it now before the price goes up, or wait, sip tea, and maybe pay more in the future. Let's get on with it. Welcome back to the Game & Muscle YouTube channel, and a big thank you to everybody that's used our Fanatic affiliate link, our Amazon affiliate link, and those of you that also click subscribe and like. Well done, you're keeping us in the sim rig. Now, the best way, of course, to discuss anything sim racing related is to do it whilst driving a car into other cars. That's how it works. So we're going to be talking about the new update, or the if you should buy it or not, whilst driving the previous update's content. We're going to set the car up here. I like to put the steering ratio down to 12 because I want my steering lock to be super tight, and I definitely recommend running a tighter steering ratio with these cars. It seems to make them a lot more nimble, seems to tighten up the force feedback, and it just makes things better in my opinion. Maybe it's because I'm a bad driver and I like to soar away like a lumberjack that's just snorted 4 lines of cocaine, but that's just how I drive, I can't help it. Everything else with this setup is fine, so I'm sure we've got enough fuel. Too much fuel, it doesn't matter, it's a 10-minute race. That'll do, that'll do. I don't want to bore you all to death with setups here. So let's get back. Let's drive. Let's start the race. Now, I'm starting at the back. AI's on like 90-something difficulty, 95% difficulty. I am terrible at this circuit, so that's what we need. And rolling start. Let's get going here. They really need the... They really need the arcade sound for the rolling start for it to feel authentic. Come on, boys. Let's go. So, should you buy the game now? You've got like 2 days before the price goes up? Yes. There you go. You can close the video. How long did it take to get to that as I rear end that guy? Definitely. I would say, though, Assetto Corsa Competizione at this point in time, it's far from perfect. You know, and even in the next release... we still don't know what the multiplayer is going to be like, if the netcode is going to be solid. You know, it's only got two tracks. We'll have 3 tracks and 3 cars, I think. Even then, even ignoring the next update, for the price that you can buy it now, you know, you're getting something pretty damn decent that will give you a good amount of playtime. Now, I do personally, I'm a Assetto Corsa fanboy, and of course, if you get Assetto Corsa on sale right now and you're sort of deciding, oh, what shall I buy, what's best value for money, I don't want to spend any money, then I still think Assetto Corsa is, you know, it's like the best bang for buck simulator. And so if you're deciding between ACC and Assetto Corsa Original, if you see a sale for AC with the complete pack, I'd get that and then maybe get ACC at a later date. But for any of you that already have AC, now is a good time to buy Competizione, in my opinion. You can't go wrong with it. It's only going to get better. I think a lot of people with this release that I'm playing now, the Release 2, were a bit disappointed that the VR certainly isn't particularly usable. I mean, we test it out. The frame rates just aren't good enough. It's not stable enough. I don't think the game is optimised enough for the VR to really honestly be playable. It works, but you know, it's really not that playable. I mean, I've got a 1080 Ti, and the VR's not good enough. Hopefully, with the next update, that improves. So I guess if you're a sort of VR person, you're waiting for that to come to fruition, then maybe you might want to hold out for a later date. But you know, you know you're going to be playing it. This is the thing. You know you're going to be playing ACC in the future. So why not just get it now whilst it's cheap? That's my pro tip. Normally, I would say as well, my general advice with anything is don't ever pre-order stuff. And yet, in this video, I'm saying buy ACC now as early access, which is effectively pre-ordering. So I'm a total hypocrite. But I think with early access stuff, you kind of have to take into account the developer's history and what's currently in the game. So, I mean, I guess right now, what's currently in the game: 2 tracks, some hot lapping, and some AI that's a little bit wonky at times. But you can race against them, and some different weather, and some nice cars. So what's currently in the game might not be worth the current price for a lot of people, for sure. But, taking in the history of Kunos, they do deliver on what they say they'll do. And they've actually been getting they've got a lot of stick for this with AC. People saying, oh, you didn't put this in the game and you said you would. No. With AC, they literally did everything that they said they were going to do and more. And I think they did everything to a pretty high standard. AC might not have had all the features that everybody wanted, and it might not have features that a lot of people might consider basic features that you'd expect in any driving simulator. That might be true, but on the Kunos development side, it has everything and more that Kunos said they would ever put in it. So when it comes to Assetto Corsa Competizione, if you look at all the releases, all the stuff they've announced that's going to be in the game, it's pretty much, in my mind, an absolute dead cert that it's going to have. Oh God, I'm terrible at this circuit. That it's going to have everything that they say in it, and they'll probably actually even hit it on the dates. Though at the same time, some stuff might be like the VR, where it's in the game, but really it's not. It's not exactly finished. But early access, of course. So I try out of all the developers, especially indie early access. Or let's just go wide there. Indie early access developers, Kunos is one that I trust. I think also what adds to the trust with something like Competizione is the fact that it's an IP game, an IP tying game. They've got the Blancpain license, and if they didn't deliver on it, it would probably negate aspects of the licensing that they've got involved with the title as well. So it makes it even more likely that they'll deliver on everything they've said. So if you're on the fence to getting it, but you still want to save money, all I'd say is look through all the features that they've announced on their release list. I mean, you've got the multiplayer, as I say, a basic multiplayer in the next release. I'm sure they'll keep brushing up the VR. You've got release 4 on December the 12th, which has the Ferrari 488 GT3, Hungaroring, a random spectator mode. I don't know what that's about. I'm not sure about release 5 and 6. I think they're looking for the final releases to be a month or two into next year, but then they're going to also update the years and the dates and stuff so it all works out for the Blancpain 2019 season. And then, of course, all the structured multiplayer stuff, which is really the crux of ACC. You have to sort of ask yourself, given that Assetto Corsa or Kunos, given that Kunos are likely to hit the dates, you look through all that. Does any of that tickle your pickle? If it does it tickle your pickle at the current price? It should do. It'll tickle my pickle. Then go and get it. That's my view of it. I mean, my hope is, every time someone says to me, should I buy a Assetto Corsa Competizione now or should I wait? Which I'm asked at least probably 2 or 3 times a stream. They'll watch this video and they'll just go and buy a Assetto Corsa Competizione. Although they'll probably watch it too late and you'll be paying $34.99 instead of the current €24.99 euros, which is about, I think it's like £20 at the moment. Which, come on, that's a price to buy. So, well, it's done. that's the video. Buy Assetto Corsa Competizione. But at the end of the day, I'll go back to the Assetto Corsa thing. I am a super Assetto Corsa fanboy. I have to say, I don't think ACC is really tickling my pickle to the same extent that Assetto Corsa does. Having recently just found the shifter cart mod in Assetto Corsa, and just the way that mods operate and the content and the force feedback in AC, I don't know if Assetto Corsa Competizione ever will tickle that Assetto Corsa pickle. I keep saying tickle the pickle. It was in the Tom Hanks movie from years ago, and it just makes me chuckle. But it's probably really inappropriate. But I don't think ACC will ever do the same as Assetto Corsa, and I don't think it's really meant to be honest. I think really for me, what ACC has to do is the online ranked multiplayer aspect. They have to absolutely nail that, and then it will make sense as its own title that you specifically play for the online competition aspect. And you know, AC will always be around for the awesome mods, tracks and cars. And then maybe in like 40 years time, Kunos will do an AC2, or maybe Assetto Corsa Competizione might gravitate towards an AC2 direction. Kunos have been a little bit vague as to if ACC will always be a pure competition-y platform, or a pure license with Blancpain, or maybe some other cars, endurance racing and what have you, or if they will fully open it up to modding and it becomes more of a mod platform like Assetto Corsa has done. But yeah, ultimately, for me, ACC just has to get that online competitive multiplayer component with the ranking nailed, and then I'll be really happy with it. And then when it comes to our streaming and the type of playing that I do, we'll play AC for the mods, and we'll play Assetto Corsa for the depression of finding out that we're too slow against other people online. And I've already found that to be the case, I have to say, when we're doing the hot laps on this circuit. This is not a complicated track, and I can't drive it for the life of me. It's just every lap is a total disaster. It's got like 6 corners, 2 of them are follow through. I can't drive this circuit very fast. But I like to you know, sim race is largely about feeling depressed and inadequate. So that's what ACC does, and hopefully will do even better. But it's already started to do quite well with its hot lap position boards. So, oh come on, we're absolutely failing here. I've gained what, 2 places? Race 10-minute race already over. Yeah, I'm really optimistic for the next version of ACC. We're definitely going to be live streaming the launch, of course, on the 14th. It'll probably be coming out, it'll roll out through the Steam update, which is normally around about between 4 and 6 PM, I believe. That will be the crux to see if the multiplayer works well, and if the online competition system has an inkling there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's still an early access release. Release 3 is still early access. But it, you know, will it have a shimmer? Why am I breaking there? You see, I don't know. Will it have a shimmer of hope as to what the final version of the game will deliver? That's what we're hoping to find. Well, let's just drift that. I mean, of course, the big update in this Release 2 was that they basically fixed the force feedback. I don't know why it was so mental in Release 1, but they obviously took the feedback from Release 1 and pretty much immediately improved it. So maybe they'll do that with the VR as well. Oh, we finished the race here. Let's just pull over. Maybe the VR will gradually get better, and I wouldn't be surprised if the optimization, of course, gradually gets better. But there you go. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I just really wanted to get a video out there telling people to buy ACC as it is now, because I'm pretty sure that Kunos, as a developer, they're consistent of doing what they say they'll do, and they do a good job of it. They do listen to what people say on their forum. Again, they get a lot of stick for people saying, "Oh, they're not listening to what people say." They actually spend a lot of time responding to people. I mean, they even responded to me normally because I've said something, you know, but they've responded back. Sure, they might have thrown a pizza in my face, and they might not have still put the Pontiac Stinger in the game, and they might be getting tired of me keep on saying that they should do. But they do respond to a lot of people on the forum. They will intervene and talk with people. So I don't know why they get a lot of stick, but there you go, guys. Tangent Muscle Get Assetto Corsa Competizione now, before the 14th, before the price goes up. What a concise video. Click the subscribe button, like us. I'm going to start live streaming in a minute. Just had to get this out there for everyone, so I don't have to keep repeating it. Until then, everybody, have a good day sim racing, drink your tea, and goodbye.